Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back, guys and girls. So today on the euro currency, it's not really simple task, just because we have really mess with different patterns that stand right now, and all this stuff stands before a CPI report later in the session. So the CPI itself could significantly make impact on the market, because currently all traders are watching for inflation data from the United States. And major suggestion is that despite that Fed tells that it's temporarily, well, everybody thinks that it still could make impact on the sentiment of the Fed and lead them to a bit faster action with the tapering program. So that's why CPI today will be very important. But even without the CPI, we have very interesting picture currently. So if you remember yesterday, or better to say in the weekend, we discussed the charts of the euro currency and said that on the dollar index, on the weekly chart, we have the bullish grabber. For a dollar index, it means that on the euro currency, it suggests downside action. On the euro currency, we do not have the grabber on the weekly chart, but we have it on the dollar index, which is actually consists of the 70% from the euro. But now, if you will take a look at the daily chart, you will see that we do not have actual grabbers on the dollar index. Yesterday it has been erased by this spike down here. But now we have the bullish grabber on the euro currency. You do not have it with the retail broker, at least FX choice shows that it doesn't exist. But, as I said, if you have some tricky situation with the grabber, you're not sure whether you have it or not, always check the situation on the futures chart. And on the futures of euro currency and Chicago Mercantile Exchange, you can see that we have clear bullish grabber that has been formed recently, and it suggests taking out of the stop. So it suggests upward action. Overall background for upward action in the euro currency looks doubtful, just because we discussed the sentiment, we discussed the market opinion, current situation in the euro in general. So we do not see real inflows by the commitment of traders report in euro currency. So and it's very difficult to suggest that will be a straightforward upward continuation. Maybe if hand shorts will work, as we said, it might be some ABCD pattern to the upside. But definitely the CPI should be today worse than expected. And what we could do currently with the two different patterns. We have the opposite direction pattern on the dollar index, on the weekly chart, which is more significant. And here's on the daily, we have another pattern. But this is only the part of the problems. If you'll take a look lower on the intraday charts, on the follow time frame chart, we have interesting situation when the market is bouncing up from the 50% support in 1786, and it hasn't reached the major support around 1760 area. It's right here. If you remember, we said it would be nice if market will hit the 1760 and showing some consolidation, maybe some patterns around it, and then starting upward action. Currently, here's also market has completed minor ABCD pattern. So it's some inner ABCD pattern to the channel. So as our XOP here has been reached from this initial pattern, we use the next extension from this ABC top. Here's OP has been reached. But I prefer to see the major OP has been reached right here, around 1750 area approximately, with this major ABCD in place and right at the 618 support. That just could give us more confidence with this upward action. Finally, if you will take a look at the hourly chart, we do not see yet any significant bullish reversal patterns except the grabber on the daily Here, yes, we see some rally here on the hourly chart, but no patterns have been formed. This, by the way, was nice double ripple buy pattern here after the thrust, but it already has been completed. So currently market is struggling with the double resistance. This is confidence resistance around 1820, and take a look, that is the previous consolidation, which has the natural resistance border that prevents market to enter in a new trading range right here. Currently, guys, here, since we can't get here any head and shoulders or something of that sort, when this up projection has happened, the only bullish continuation pattern that we could suggest that might be formed here, it is the regardless triple to buy. So for instance, after the rally, if market will show some retracement here, either to the 1790 or 18 even, probably somewhere in the middle as usual to the 50%. So this will be some kind of ABCD retracement that will be catalyst triple to buy. And that's the pattern that we could use right at the first stage of the upward bounce. But with it taken on a larger scale, you could see that here you could get greater pattern. This might be reverse head and shoulders on the hourly chart. If market will proceed higher, reaching 1850, then this could be show retracement back to the broken confluence around 1820, and that might be the starting of the bottom of the greater pattern. That will put the better foundation for our prediction. So as usual, currently, if you would like to buy euro, you will have to make very difficult decision how to take the possession on the market. As usual, as always, you have two options. First is trying to jump in on the early stage. That gives you better entry price, but at the same time it generates more risks that, especially before important data release today, that you could be trapped in wrong direction if market will show inability to continue upward action, and well, if something will goes wrong. In this case, this will be the problem. Or you do nothing and wait for some clarity. If you are not sure with the grabber that we have, you could wait for more solid pattern. For instance, as I said, it might be step of the hand shoulders. Besides, it would be better if we will get breakout of this channel here. This market is show some more signs of the upward reversal. So that's the decision that you will have to make today, if of course you are considering taking the long position. Well, here we're talking only about the short-term reaction here, because guys, with the grabber that we have on the weekly chart, and actually what I'm also a bit worried is that there was really very small time on the market spent right at the bottom. Well, that's great, of course, if you have the spike down and then upward action could start. But, well, it would be nice to get something more around this area. Well, so as a conclusion, I could say two things. First of all, you could try to possess yourself with the grabber that we have, whether to wait for catalyst triple to buy here or not, just take the position of the stops below 1770. So this is the first approach to the market, and then see what will happen. And you will pass through the all doom and gloom on the CPI report today. Or if you're a more conservative trader, you prefer to see more confirmation, more confidence for the trading, you should wait for something else. So for some greater pattern to be formed here. So I suppose that if something will be formed, it should be some kind of maybe hand shoulders here. That could set the better background for possible upward action. So that's currently what we have on the euro currency. Decide it's a few hours till the CPI report, as you could make the decision here.